All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. We're going to start up a player interview series once again after taking 2 months off. Today, strictly soccer for the next couple months. I got Reese Beggs, Beggs
Yep, thanks.
from Brick Township. She's a senior. Thank you for joining me, Reese.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I want to talk. You look comfortable there. I want to talk just COVID. What's Brick doing with school? Is it hybrid or full remote?
Right now we're hybrid. You could either choose to go all virtual, or if you want to go to school, you're in school 2 days a week. And it's pretty much, we have 4 blocks, and 2 blocks are in school. So pretty much the only time that people are in school is from 7:15 to 10:20, and then do the following classes online for the rest of the day.
How do you find that? Was it easy an adjustment for you or?
Um, in the beginning, it was a little bit hard because they switched the days. Like, there's team one and team two, and team one goes into school Monday, Wednesday, and team two goes Tuesday, Thursday. And then they switch the blocks around each day. So it was kind of confusing at first, but now it's fine.
Um, Now we'll talk about the fun stuff, soccer. How old were you when you started playing soccer?
I was 3.
3. That seems to be the common age for soccer.
Yeah.
3, 4. Um, did you play any other sports when you were younger?
Yeah, I played a lot. In middle school, I did track. When I was younger, I did cheer for a season. I did dance, gymnastics, and basketball.
Okay. What made you stick with soccer over anything else?
Honestly, when I was little, even my parents said as soon as I started playing soccer, they just could tell, like, that it was meant for me. Like, it's always just been something I've been really passionate about.
Um, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have one sister. She's a sophomore at Caldwell University.
Did she play any sports?
Yeah, she did soccer and lacrosse.
Okay. I like to ask the players this: what have your parents meant to you? In your development.
Um, Honestly, well, my dad was my coach when I first started playing soccer, and he pretty much started everything up for me. And, you know, the transformation from going to club soccer to academy, I really wouldn't have been able to be where I am now without the training, time, support, and that my parents have supported me with. So,
Um, yeah, just to travel with academy soccer didn't exist when I used to coach, but I hear you're traveling all over the place with the academy teams. Um, Growing up, who was like one of your role models? Outside your family,
outside of my family,
professional could be. It could be like a aunt, uncle, or whatever, but just outside of your immediate family.
well, growing up, my dad actually grew up with Christy Rampone. So I
Okay.
was around her pretty frequently growing up, and she always was definitely one of my role models. But now I'd pretty much say professional soccer player Tobin Heath.
I love watching Tobin play. Funny story with Christine. When I actually got my coach's license, I had to watch her play at Monmouth. That was my course. So yeah, that's a small world, but it was fun watching her play. Um, so where did you start playing soccer? I'm guessing Brick Rec or
Yeah, I started playing soccer at Twin County,
okay.
and I was on obviously the rec team at first, but then I was on Riptide, and then I went to Extreme. Those
Okay.
were in Twin County.
Um, Twin County, are they located in Brick now? Because when I used to coach,
Yeah,
they were like in the Long Branch area.
right by the Drum Point Turf and behind Emma Havens Elementary School.
Okay. When did you? Now you played PDA, right?
Yeah, I went from Cedar Stars Academy, the DA, to PDA.
Um, when was that? When did you join PDA?
I joined PDA my sophomore year, the beginning of my sophomore year.
Okay. Who's the coach? Who was your coach for PDA?
Starting when I first got there, the head coach was Brian Finley and
Okay.
assistant was Lou Santa Cruz, but now it's just Lou Santa Cruz is my head coach.
Okay. Since you were younger, you brought up how your dad's, was your first coach. Who are some of the other coaches that helped you, along the way?
Um, Christy Hawley, Greg Weibolt, Charlie Namo, and Lou Santa Cruz. Obviously, Brian Blue and Coach Bartonelli.
Yeah, I see Brian on Fridays because my niece does that Friday training over there with the little. She's little, so I see Brian every Friday over there. Running the training.
Yeah.
Now transitioning over to high school. What were some goals? Did you play freshman year?
No, freshman year I signed a contract with the district academy,
Okay.
when I was at Cedar Stars, and that's why right after freshman year I had to make the decision: do I want to go to PDA and be able to play high school soccer or stick with Cedar Stars? So I made that transition.
Yeah, it seems like on the girls' side they make that decision a little easier than the boys' side. A lot of the girls that I spoke, even last year, happy that they able to play high school with their friends, kids that they've grown up with. There's nothing like that experience. Um, so you didn't play your freshman year, but what were some goals you set? Let's go into your sophomore year that you wanted to achieve over your three seasons at Brick.
Well, I really just wanted to make an impact in the team and be a huge contributor, win some games. In sophomore year, we really accomplished a lot, so it was really great coming in that year.
Yeah, what were some of the accomplishments your team had your sophomore year?
Um, well, definitely beating North was a great feeling. We put in a lot of time, effort, work, starting from June in the summer, and it really was great knowing that it was paying off. And then obviously winning the state sectionals was a great feeling.
Yeah, could you talk a little bit? You guys played Hopewell, right? Hopewell Valley. I remember reading, I wasn't at the game, but I remember reading, the alerts that came across, my Twitter that you guys won. Can you just talk a little bit about that game?
Um, well, it was honestly a really competitive game, and then we ended off with double overtime, having to go into penalty kicks, and we made every single one that we took, and it was the best feeling. But PKs could either go either way, and last year kind of kicked us in the butt when we played Colts next, so we understood how Hopewell Valley felt.
Yeah, I am an advocate that playoffs or states should not end in PKs because it really doesn't just determines who got lucky or, what goalie ended up making that one, because usually it's only one, maybe two saves. Or, which player, didn't strike the ball right and it sails over the net. It doesn't really determine who's the better team. But, I understand why they do because you can play forever, I guess, if nobody scores. Now, moving into your junior year, you mentioned the Colts neck, losing the Colts neck in the States. What were some things you were looking to improve on from your sophomore year?
Well, sophomore year, personally, my 1v1s were not the best. So over the summer and then training in with PDA and the off time that we didn't have high school, I really worked on 1v1s with the keeper. And I think that's something I was really successful with my junior year because I spent so much time working on it.
Now, what were some accomplishments that you might have had or, the team had your junior year?
First off, our junior year, it definitely wasn't our best. We talked about this year and at the end of last year that we definitely could have done a lot better. It wasn't our season, and that's why we're working so hard this season. But last season, I had some game winners, which was pretty great. And we made it into states, and we definitely didn't do our best. But, that's why we're working really hard this year.
Now, the first time I actually got to see you play was last season against Jackson Memorial. And I was just so impressed, you moving towards the ball. They were finding ways to get you the ball. I know it wasn't the outcome. Sorry about that, basketball parents. But I was just so impressed, and your ball skills. It was nice watching you. I had you on the list to must see this season if the season was happening. So it's just fun watching you out there. And when I was at the Toms River South game, opening night, Same thing. Just a great player.
Thank you.
Now you brought up the Colts Neck game, shootout, disappointing, and you talked about what the team, you guys had to talk, the team came together, had to talk after that, and leading up to the season. We'll talk a little bit about this season first. I heard you got injured. Can you just go through your injury?
Yeah. Well, last 2 Tuesdays ago, we played Toms River East, and I kind of just felt my quad get a little tight when I took a shot warming up. Played through the whole game. We wound up winning, which was really great. Took a day off, and then I decided to play in senior night, which probably wasn't the best idea, but that made the injury probably a lot worse. So should be back for the Memorial game, but I have a grade 2 tear in my quad right now.
And what type of things are you doing to get back?
Currently right now I'm going to PT 3 times a week, and I'm going to my chiropractor the other 2 days that I don't have PT to get lasered and just do some stretching and stuff. So I've been doing that, and then I have my at-home workouts from PT that I do when I'm not there. So.
Yeah, I went through PT with my back, and the at-home workouts is what did me in.
Yeah.
Because you got to set time. It's time to rehab an injury.
Yeah, it is.
I want to talk a little bit about your senior year. What were some goals you set going into this season for yourself?
For myself, I definitely wanted to be a leader and a role model for the younger girls to look up to. I really just wanted to be positive and, again, make a really big impact, with the team, be a huge contributor. And I think we're doing pretty well so far. I'm pretty confident about the rest of the season.
Now, the only loss so far is Toms River South, right? The opening day. And you guys tied them the second game?
The second game, we tied them 1-1.
Okay. Yeah, so who else is in your division? Toms River North?
Toms River North. We have Jackson Memorial.
You guys are in the tough division. Yeah, you guys are in the hard division. Yeah. There's always one division that's, whether it's basketball or soccer, is just loaded with too many good teams.
Yeah.
Not knowing what the postseason might look like, I mean, they're talking sectionals or regionals, whatever they're calling it this season. What were some goals that the team has set for this season?
Well, we definitely wanted to come out winning most of the games, and pretty much before every single game, we have like a really good conversation with the team, and we all pretty much just cheer each other on, be really positive about it. And this year, I think one of the big things that we had to change from last year was positivity and communication on the field, and we've been doing pretty good so far. So.
I want to pull up your roster. I want to talk about some of the players you're playing with this season. Now, there's a pretty good mix of seniors and underclassmen, right, this year?
Yeah.
Just give me 1 second. I should add it up already. Of course, Brick Memorial comes up. There we go. Can you go through a couple of the seniors that you're playing? Abby, right? Abby's a senior?
Abby Kennelly, yeah, she's a senior.
Just talk about, playing with her because, another good player, fun to watch on the field.
It was really great. We played together all throughout middle school. We never really were on each other's teams. We both played in Twin County, but never wound up on the same team. And then that's why part of the reason why I was really excited coming sophomore year to work with her, because she was a really great player with the team. Her freshman year, she did really well. And I was really excited to play with her my sophomore year because I think we play pretty much alike, and it's really fun playing with her because we really know how to connect with each other.
Yeah, I noticed that you two seem to have a good chemistry on the field together. Couple of the Horvath sisters, it must be fun playing with twins.
Yeah, it is fun.
What do they mean to the team?
Well, Caitlin in preseason, she had an injury with her knee, so she was out for probably like 3 weeks, I'm pretty sure. And she missed the first 2 games, I believe. Yeah, the first 2 games she missed, and then it was really great having her back because she's super aggressive, and she's a really good player with our team. She's really works hard all the time. And Madison, she's really great in the midfield. She knows how to win the balls and connect passes.
Another player I wanted to ask you about, a freshman. She stood out to me in the Toms River South game. Your goalie, Trinity Maloney. Um, what do freshman goalie? She seems like I only saw her play one half, but no fear for a freshman. Type. She had some big saves that game. Can you talk about having a freshman goalie?
Well, coming into preseason, when Trinity was trying out, she was trying out for field and goalkeeper,
Okay.
and she was honestly really great at both. She's amazing at goalie, and we're really lucky to have a goalkeeper like her. She plays for Cedar Stars, where I used to play, and she was invited to a national team camp, which is really great. So we had a lot of confidence coming in with a freshman goalkeeper. She's really great. She's always there, and she makes the best saves, and she's always there when we need her.
That's it. Usually goalies you don't see on the field.
Yeah.
Do you think she'll play on the field at all? And who's the sophomore goalie? I'm drawing a blank.
Cadence Fisher. She's
All right.
really good too. Trinity, I think she's going to be staying in goal. We pretty much are set with our starting lineup, and we really need her in the back. She's great. So.
Yeah, it's not the only other. Last season, only 2 freshmen stood out to me was Abby at Toms River South and Kayla over in Freehold. But Kayla, Freehold was so loaded, so she really wasn't on the field, that much. But Abby, everyone knows what Abby did, but Trinity standing out, freshman goalie, she's gonna have a bright career, and the future looks good with her in the back. Brick's gonna look very good back there. Before we wrap up, I want to talk just the future. Or did you commit? Have you committed?
No, I'm uncommitted.
Okay. I like to ask the player, what are you looking at, in colleges, non-sports related, just, whether size, major.
Well, I'm stuck between a few majors. I'm thinking either about psychology, speech pathology, or occupational therapy. And school-wise, I'm pretty much just looking for a really nice campus where I feel safe. Honestly, size doesn't really matter to me because I've visited schools. Like my sister goes to Caldwell, and I love that school. The size is great. And then I've also visited schools like University of Maryland, which is a huge school, or UNC. It's really big. I like all of it. It's honestly whatever one fits me the best. I'm just gonna go with.
So you mentioned what you were looking to do, major wise and, future. Oh, excuse me. When you were a little kid, what was your dream job?
When I was little, pretty much the only thing I really dreamed of was being a professional soccer player. So
That's a good dream. Good.
yeah.
Last question I like to ask players. What advice would you give your younger self?
Well, with school and mostly soccer, I think I definitely have been too hard on myself. I think I definitely need to have a little bit more confidence in myself because I was always so hard on myself, and then I look back and I'm like, I didn't need to stress about this, or I shouldn't have been so hard on myself about that. So definitely having a little bit more confidence in myself.
That's good. I see there a lot, kids pressing themselves too much on the field or, basketball court when they're actually having pretty good games out there. Okay. Reese, thank you for joining me. I'll let you go. You got to school soon.
Yeah.
So I hope, you get better soon. I do have the Memorial game circled, so hopefully you'll be back on the field for that game.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks so much. Bye.